Pisces, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for August 24th through the 30th. My name is Athen. So we have a full moon this week, and it's happening in your 12th house, your house of Pisces, not in your sign, but in your 12th house. And this has to do with, of course, intuition. It has to do with the deeper aspects of life, the unconscious, dream space, spirituality in general. You guys have had Neptune transiting this 12th house, which has hopefully been you connecting to those deeper, spiritual things in life. Maybe whether it's through empathy, meditation, having that present moment awareness, or what have you. And so that's going to be highlighted this full moon. It'll be conjuncting up to Neptune. So I think you'll understand quite a bit about the spiritual side of things, and mostly in the sense of how to implement it on the daily level, because you have all of this activity here in your 6th house of daily activities, routine, your work environment, etc. And this is where the new moon was also. So it can be a culmination point of over the past 6 months, anything relating to spirituality in general. For those of you who started off into new directions with that, can be a high point, but also with anything new that started to surface these past week or two, depending on when you're watching this, in regards to your 6th house of work, routine, etc. Can also, so it can be a culmination, right? So this is when things culminate in those areas. Now, the real culminations of the 6th house for you will likely be in the next 6 months. At least the big picture culminations, but a good awareness of both. And this is, again, seeing how you can have spirituality, how you can have intuition, and really apply it in your service work, because that's how this axis really is balanced, is, without spirituality, our work is spiritual. These are really one and the same thing. And spirituality, of course, does take work. It takes routine. It takes discipline, etc. So anyways, things are expanding and will continue to expand for you in this 6th house. More opportunities there, whether it's work opportunities, crafts, anything relating to more health, routine, regiments, things like that. And now the sun conjoins over Jupiter this early part of the week around Wednesday. Really this Tuesday through Thursday time period. So first of all, with your ruler Jupiter, this can be very actually passionate early part of the week with the sun going over your ruler, especially again when it comes to these routine daily activities. But passion should be quite high. Creativity can be quite high for those of you creatively involved. There is this just overall good feeling, and I think that optimism can go a long ways involving that 6th house for you guys. So that'll be the early part, as well as Mercury sextiling up to Saturn, who's been transiting this 8th house of yours. So hopefully you guys are putting in that more deeper responsibility with life, and seeing the importance of the ebb and flows, and taking that beginnings and endings of life very seriously, deeper connections very seriously. And all of that is going to be supporting your 7th house this week, because Saturn sextiles up to the North Node and Mercury, who will be activating your one-on-one relationships, one-on-one connections. This whole year, in fact, or past 2 years, have been about meeting, others and one-on-one connections, maybe legal matters for some of you, or contracts, business dealings, sales, things like that, but relationships nonetheless. And so with Mercury going over the North Node, there can be a lot to be applied here, a lot to be implemented about your relationships, maybe some new things in relationships, which is shifting your path and adjusting you into a new direction. But all of that you can be very intent on, and it's a great week to put in energy. I really recommend it, just connecting in general. And you'll find that probably very productive in the sense that it can be very long-lasting. And again, it's going to be adjusting your life path to a degree. So that's the general energies of the week. We have that full moon on Saturday, which is involving that 12th house. This is about that spirituality, trust, faith, implementing that into the daily experiences, which are continuing to expand for you, whether it's with your routine or your work environment. And the passion should be there this week. And there should be this, shift. And I really think wanting to learn more about your relationships, new and existing ones, putting energy into relationships can adjust your life path and help you, solidify and ground them and really get deeper perhaps with life, which has been Saturn in that 8th house. This is having that trust and vulnerability and transparency, which sometimes is, difficult with Saturn, but Saturn is well aspected this week, so it's easier to implement those energies into that 7th house. And again, that can be very long lasting. So that coupled with Venus getting closer to Mars, that'll be a conjunction next week. So there is a lot of this intense energy involving your fifth house. Maybe you guys are very intent on creation, expressing yourself, things like that. And you can certainly enjoy that more this week with Venus close by. And likewise, there's going to be more energy for you to be brought into that routine and work stuff once Mars goes into your sixth house over Venus next week. So have a nice week, Pisces. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check the description, since your sign will likely be different if you're used to the more mainstream Western astrology. So have a nice week. Thanks for watching. Talk to you all next time.